Alright, YouTube. Hope you guys have been out there believing in yourselves, knowing that God didn't make you for no purpose. He didn't make no junk. So you need to get up, get out, and do things. Bless people, help people. Do things with your hands. Do things that are productive throughout the day. So I'm out here working on the back of the dump Chevy again. I never really liked how these, how I ended up doing these back things. I just used the little uprights and I welded them to these, and then when you get to the dump or when you get somewhere to load, you have to kind of grab them, pick them up out of there, and it was always a pain. And I've got this Harbor Freight truck crane here, so I figured why not put that to good use and somehow use the cable to this corner, kind of pick it up a little bit and connect to this side with the other end somehow. So I'm out here trying to figure that out. That way I can just use that truck crane, and I'll have some little latches or whatever that'll slide in here, but for the most part I'll just swing that out and around when I get to the dump, be able to dump it and then swing it back. So first off, like I said, had the grinder, and I took off the uprights that I've got down here off both pieces. Remember, this piece was too long because of the dump crane, or because of the crane, and so I had to cut a piece off. But I got 4 pieces of angle iron from some bed frames that I'm out here cutting and using. I'm going to redo all the way around and weld it. Alright, YouTube, hope you guys been out there building shit, believing in yourselves, knowing that God doesn't make no junk. He gave you your hands for a reason. So I got this bed rail around this much. I had the clearance for the truck crane. Now I'm going to use another piece of the bed rail and go from this corner up and across, and then I'm going to use something to connect up and through, but it's not as heavy as the old bars. And then my thought is to use some of these U-bolts from the Samurai that I don't need no more after I lifted it, and use them up here to where they'll just hook over the truck crane, and they'll be welded to the backs to where I can swing it out and it'll be supported, but I could also lift the whole back up and off if I want to. So I'll show you the progress as I go. I'm going to cut the end off of another one of these to get rid of the bracket thing, and so that I can use it. And I'm going to go from here up, and I'm going to notch it, and so that I can bend it over and it'll support all the way to this one. Alright, YouTube, so after I got that end cut off, I took a notch out of the side with the angle grinder, and then I beat this on the ground a little bit and bent it over at the right angle, so that now when I stick it in, it's hard to hold the camera and get it in there at the same time. So I'm going to get it in there, but you can see how that end is going to slide in behind and give me more weld areas and support, and it's going to come up across and support the whole thing. So I'm going to show it to you in a second. Alright, so I cut the brackets off to get the angle iron to sit flat across that whole top and make it more rigid. I cut the end off there because I don't need that bracket. Bent this, but I messed up my angle, so there's a bit of a gap, but oh well. Got that all bent up, so now I'm gonna put all this in and start welding on it. Just believe in your guys' self too. Know that God didn't make none of us special. He made all of us special. He made all of us in His image, and He made us to do things, to bless people, to help people, to serve people. So whatever it is Whatever your strength is, whatever your blessing is, whatever your talent is, go out, find it. Do things. Make them, leave a mark on this world. A positive one, not a negative one. Realize that your ripples in this pond, they matter. Till next time, keep building shit. Alright, YouTube. So I used a torch, heated this one up, and bent it, that U-bolt, to where it fits around this. And I was thinking I might end up having to put a little piece up to keep it from sliding off, but this truck crane does tilt that way, so I'm not too worried about it tonight. I did the same thing down here, except for I didn't have to bend this one. It was actually really hard to bend that other one. Got it tacked up, and it's on there. I'll show you guys this thing open. I gotta climb down. So pop the latch. She opens. She's hanging from the truck crane. It's dark out here now, so it's hard to see, but you can see how it's hooked over that truck crane. Works out just fine. I'll be able to swing that out and around and be able to dump. Now the next step, let me get this closed. The next step is to shorten down a stake over here, and so that I can I just need one at each end, and I'll be able to pull them out. And I've got it kind of planned out. I'll show you guys what the plan is and how it's gonna work. So that's about the length that I need. And then I found these little L brackets, and my plan is to connect them like that, weld it up like that, to where I've got a handle, right, when it's in there, right? So that gives me the handle, and then also I'll be able to flip it around and hang it so that I don't lose these. So I'm going to go ahead and make two of these, one for each end. I don't think I need none in the middle, because I ran that piece of angle iron bed frame all the way across. So I'm going to work on this now. I'll show it to you when it's done. It's kind of dark out. I'll probably do a video tomorrow. Alright, YouTube. So there they are. The little brackets I made. My welds aren't the best, but they're gonna hold. I'll show you guys make sure they're not too hot. I'm gonna show you these how they fit now. Basically it'll just be one at each end in there. One in there. But when you want to open this, you just pop them out, hook them over, and you're good to go. So that'll wrap this project up. That's going to save so much pain and heartache. You guys can imagine how, you'll have a load in there and there's weight up against it, and pulling the whole things up and out when the posts were real long and welded up in there. They're pretty heavy, and getting them up and out of there was a pain, getting them back in. So this will help. Just got to pull those two, and it'll pop the little latch up there, and it'll just swing open. So anyways, just want to show you guys that project, and just tell you, God didn't make you for no purpose. You just got to use your hands, go out and do things, fix things, create things, build things, whatever it might be, whatever your medium might be that you were blessed with, creation or productivity, or whatever you want to call it. So anyways, get up and get out and find your purpose, guys. Keep building shit.